Lois, a win, first win of the season in the Super League. What did you make of the performance out there?
We're really pleased with the second half performance. We spoke at half time about, we've got a lot of talent on the park, but I didn't think they were working hard enough. A little bit of complacency, and I think they took a real disliking to maybe that little bit of talk they had at half time, and I think that they just came out and they wanted to put a performance on that we were happy with heading into the next round, but also for the fans that had turned out, because we were really, really pleased with the support that got behind us. So second half really happy, but the first half we needed to do a lot more.
When you've got a lot of time in hand with the ball, is it hard to maintain the levels of intensity you'd like to see out there?
Yeah, a little bit, and we spoke about half time. Everyone was happy to have the ball in hand, but then they weren't happy to sort of back it up in defence. It's dead easy to switch off, but it showed that we got a little bit of complacency, and when we made the errors or had a penalty against us, we weren't defending well enough to stop them from having some joy. So yeah, we just spoke that they need to have as much grit and determination in defence as they did attack, and I think that they showed that in the second half as well.
So obviously to concede a try, not happy at all with it.
I'm not happy that we conceded. I'm not happy that we conceded that one. That was one of the messages that went on in the first half, is that they've got to take real offence to that four points that were on early doors. So we always want to pride ourselves in his defence, and we're a bit disappointed in that one.
50th game for Courtney Winfield Hill. What has she meant, not just to the team but the club as a whole, over the time she's been here?
Courtney's class, and I think that she was very good in that second half. I think that I could hear her from where I was sat up in the stand. She was instrumental in just making sure that we were getting to the right points, that we were not switching off defensively. And I think when we speak about talent working hard, she showed that in that second half, that she was going to work really hard. And she's a massive part of what we do. I think she inspires all of us. And she's just a great person to have around at the club. We all love having Courtney around, and I think that that second half performance was good from her, and I think one that she'll be happy with, and that we're happy with. But yeah, she's really, really pivotal in what we do.
You took on a team who last year, almost brand new to the Women's Super League, not expected to, which won the Shield. They're now in the top division. They've obviously got a lot of hard afternoons ahead of them, but they didn't stop trying this afternoon.
No, they were resilient, and they just kept going, and I think that they are a young side out today. I think they probably had quite a few under-19s popping up into their ranks. And they definitely had a few players missing from that team that we played in the open round of the season. So definitely a tough day in the office for them, but their coaches will be proud of the fact that they never took a backward step. And I'm sure that all the scorelines won't be like that. I think they'll get a few bodies back. They had a tough game against York last week, and that'll definitely made a difference. We were coming into this fresh.
Having that week off between the final and this, was that more of a help for you, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think you speak about Challenge Cup hangovers. I don't think we had like a physical hangover, but it was just a lot of emotional energy spent on that. So definitely did us a lot of good, because although we were productive with that first week after the grand final, it could tell that everyone were a little bit drained and spent. So it was good to get back to it this week in training, and then head out this Friday.
One random one. Emma Hayes, manager of Chelsea, lots of talk about her being linked with jobs in men's football. Do you think there's ever a time we'll see a female coach coming from the Women's Super League to men's rugby, not necessarily Super League, but Championship or League One? I
think it's just the same way as the game's growing. We'll be looking at professional players, and we'll be looking at professional coaches, and I don't think it's going to happen so soon, but I think that from my point of view at Leeds, I'm so supported by all the staff, both in the performance department and the club, and just all over the club. Like, I can't speak highly enough about how much they support me, linking up with them, going and shadowing at the men's training, speaking to the academy staff on the boys' side, scholarship and reserve. They'll come in and do reviews with some of the players if you want an extra hand. So from my point of view, the club just take it really seriously, and in terms of they put their faith in me, but everyone anywhere across the board of the club is willing to support us. So I'm really grateful for that, but happy that I hopefully will have a bright future in the game if I keep getting support like that.
Finally, big game on Sunday between Saints and York. Will you be watching that one?
Definitely, yeah. It's on the Sportsman, isn't it? So yeah, I think it'll be a great game, and hopefully it's a challenging one for both teams, and we'll be looking at seeing what we need to do, because that's our next two games in the competition.